Yes, lads and ladies, welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're doing well, hope you're doing okay, and today I'm going to be bringing you your Unbiased Premier League show where we take a look at some of the weekend's games. But before we get into the video, make sure if you're new here to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. On the content side, things you can expect to see all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur fan content, whether it be match previews, match reviews, player ratings, predicted lineups, transfer updates, Tottenham updates, the whole shebang. So make sure to smash that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, we're going to be taking a look at the 4 Premier League fixtures, the 4 Premier League games that did take place this weekend. Obviously, it was an FA Cup weekend. Man, I wish I could sit here and talk about the FA Cup, but sadly, Tottenham Hotspur have been knocked out of that one. So we're only going to discuss the Premier League, which is the only thing that truthfully matters for Tottenham Hotspur at this rate, as I say. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. 4 games, 4 really entertaining and good games to talk about, as I say. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start things off with some Friday night football. Leeds United versus Fulham at Craven Cottage. This one did end Fulham 1, Leeds 2. Leeds 2, Fulham 1. Big result for Leeds United, as I say. Bielsa and his boys needed 3 points, and massive 3 points, huge 3 points. Obviously, Leeds United coming up, and out of the 3 teams that did come up from the Championship last season, I think everyone thought Leeds United are the most likely out of all of them to stay up, and they've cemented themselves already as a Premier League mid-table side. It feels like they've been in the Premier League for years, and as I say, a big win for them, a big result in my opinion. Rafinha was my man of the match. I thought he was fantastic. Such a pacey guy, positionally aware, bombs down the wing when you need him to, always makes the right runs, I say, rarely offside, always onside. He's a fantastic player. He's a class player, as I say, and he scored here. He scored his own goal, as I say, 2 goals from Leeds United, only 1 from Fulham, and a big result for Leeds United. Not a good result at all for Fulham. Fulham fans and Fulham players and Scott Parker would have thought they could have won that game, as I say, as it was at home, thinking they could pick up a massive 3 points for their rest of the season, as I say, as they are in the bottom 3 right now. Obviously, Newcastle really struggling. We'll get onto them in a second. But, you know, Fulham, they are currently in the bottom 3. They are currently trying to fight for relegation. And Newcastle, something just tells me they may just fight back at the end of the season and just scrape to stay in the Premier League, as I say, just about scrape it. But in my opinion, you know, Fulham, I can't say they deserve to win this game, but they deserve to get something out of it. In my opinion, they didn't have a bad performance. The only aspect of the game that did let them down was their defence. I thought they were defending really bad in this game, and you can't defend like that, especially against Bielsa's Boyd. And, you know, a side such as Bielsa's Leeds, as I say, who constantly press. So, big result for Leeds United, 2-1 to them. Moving on to Saturday evening's game, it was Brighton versus Newcastle United, as I say, at the Amex Stadium at the home of Brighton, and a big result for them, a huge result for Brighton. 3-0 against Newcastle, an awful result for Newcastle United, as I say, but a big win, a much needed win for Brighton, and, you know, very impressive, very impressive. You know, 3 fantastic goals, if you ask me, as I say. You know, the first one, I believe it was from Trossard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, it was from Trossard. As I say, really nice finish. Cool, calm and collected. It's exactly what you need from a player who's looking to score, put the ball into the back of the net and score, as I say. And it was a really cool, calm and collected finish. Really nice goal. As I say, that put them 1 up. And ever since Newcastle conceded in this game, I knew it was over. And Brighton, you know, they don't tend to score more than 1, but that's 2 wins on the bounce, 2 very impressive and big wins on the bounce, where one of them was against a very strong Southampton side who have got themselves to the FA Cup semi-final this weekend, beating Bournemouth 3-0. And, you know, beating that Southampton side 2-1, that was very impressive. A great performance and a great game from them. And as I say, they put up one hell of a fight against Newcastle United, and Newcastle could not handle their pressing and attacking style of football. So 3-0. The first goal from Trossard, the second goal coming in, I believe it was from Welbeck. What a goal it was. He absolutely levels it straight into the bottom right-hand corner. Really nice goal from him. And as I say, you know, puts them 2-0 up. And, you know, if you thought Newcastle collapsed at 1-0, man, they collapsed at 2-0. You know, players were walking around. Steve Bruce was going mental on the sidelines, absolutely losing it. And A lot of Newcastle fans calling him to get out of the club. I'll give my opinions on that in a second until we finish this game, as I say. But, you know, the third goal was just done. It just really did finish off Newcastle. And that's awful for their goal difference. You look at Fulham's goal difference, right? Although they've conceded quite a bit this season, they've scored quite a bit. And their goal difference isn't bad, whilst Newcastle's goal difference absolutely atrocious, and that is what's going to play such a massive factor in the relegation zone this season. But the third goal from who else but Neil Maupay, absolutely fantastic finish, I say, from Maupay. You know, slots it straight into the back of the net. I nearly did a tie there, I called him Maupay, but I meant to say Maupay. As I say, really, really nice finish from Maupay, and you know, 3-0 up, 3-0, game done and dusted. They sat back a little bit from their dominance, absolute dominance from Brighton. They deserved to win this one, and they did win this one. 3-0 to Brighton, huge result for them. And as I say, last game of the season, Newcastle versus Fulham is on the last day. What a game that is going to be for the relegation battle. As I say, I'm more fascinated by the bottom three than the top four, if you ask me. You know, it's so interesting because you've got teams down there fighting for their lives, but as I say, a big result there for Brighton. Now, my opinion on Steve Bruce. I don't think he's the right man to take Newcastle forward. Now, I can fully understand they have some awful players. Their owner hasn't really contributed barely any cash towards the club to go out there and back Steve Bruce with the players he wants. But his brand and style of football with an attacking group of players who's fighting to stay up in the Premier League is not acceptable. In my opinion, he does have to move on. If there's any Newcastle United fans watching, let me know your thoughts and opinions, as I say. And that does take us on to Sunday's first game. And what a game it was. What a game it was. It was West Ham United versus Arsenal. West Ham United 3, Arsenal 3 from the Olympic Stadium. Wow. What a game. Incredible game. Fast-paced action by a country mile game of the weekend, including the FA Cup. You want to include the FA Cup, this still remains game of the weekend. Game of the past few weeks. This was an incredible game. Fantastic game, fantastic fixture. And without further ado, let's go through some of the talking points in this one. So as I say, within the first 30 minutes, West Ham United scored 3 goals. The first goal really nice. As I say, the second goal really stood out for me. Jesse Lingard, man, as he turned around his career ever since coming to West Ham United, you know, was really struggling to get a place in the squad, let alone the first team at Manchester United ever since Jose Mourinho left. And, you know, fantastic under Jose ever since Ollie come in. He didn't really utilise him as much as he could have, in my opinion. And Lingard was really struggling. He wasn't putting in performances. But ever since he's come to West Ham, all respect to Lingard, getting back into that England squad as well. You know, props to him. Fantastic from him. Absolute belter of a goal. And then the third one, I thought this one's going to be about 6 or 7-0. But no, West Ham United conceded 3. As I say, the first one they conceded right before half-time. Brilliant finish by Lacazette. Hate praising Arsenal, but it's a really nice finish. Absolute rocket. And it gave them some hope heading into half-time. Now, in my opinion, if Lacazette didn't score right there, that would have been game done. I think Arsenal, you know, they would have dropped their heads down. I think they would have lost that game about 5 or 6. But Lacazette, if you ask me, saved them in this game. The second goal, once again, really well worked goal. You know, fantastic goal once again. And then the third one, you know, header straight into the back of the net. 3-3 this game ends. You know, West Ham obviously holding Tottenham to a 3-0 earlier in the season when Tottenham conceded 3. Now, they've got a taste of their own medicine, and I love to see it, honestly. But in my opinion, this is a better result for Tottenham Hotspur. Now, honestly, Arsenal winning would have probably been a better result for us. But as I say, you know, better result for us, a draw, as I say, points shared, you know, honours shared. Very interesting. Makes the top 4 race very interesting. Now, will West Ham get top 4? I've been adamant about my opinion. As much as it's fantastic to see what they're doing right now, they won't get top 4. They may get a place in Europe, but not top 4, in my opinion. If they can prove me wrong, it'd be an absolute miracle. And, you know, props to West Ham. But in my opinion, you know, I don't think they'll get top 4 because these are the results that you need to be pulling off. And 3 fantastic goals. I thought West Ham dominated this game within the first 30 minutes. But in the second half, they just looked like sitting back. And this has been the issue, you know. For a long time, David Moyes has played an attacking style of football with West Ham, very direct, as I say, not passing it out wide, crossing it in, but that's exactly what they did in this game, passing it out wide and crossing it in. And you know that Mikel Arteta and Arsenal absolutely love dominating the flanks, the right-hand side and the left-hand side. You know, they dominate from the back. They build up play on those two sides. You get Tierney or Saka to whip in a ball. Bang, you're 1-0 up. That's the way Arsenal roll. That's the way they work. And, you know, 3 fantastic goals from them. But West Ham's goals, very impressive. Very impressed by Jesse Lingard. Looking forward to seeing what he does for England. And that takes us on to the last game of the weekend. Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Aston Villa 0. Impressive from Spurs. Really, really pleased with that one. Not much else you can say on this game. As I say, from a neutral standpoint, it wasn't the best of games. But as I say, from a tactical standpoint, we dominated them defensively. Did really well. The team selection different. And, you know, props to all the lads out there, especially as a Spurs fan. It was a fantastic result. Big loss for Aston Villa, though. You know, they needed this win more than anything. They still believe they can go on and make a push for European football. They needed this one, but they didn't get it. They didn't get it, and Tottenham Hotspur won it 2-0. But as I say, very impressive performance from us. Let's go through all the results again once again. Leeds United 2, Fulham 1, Brighton 3, Newcastle 0, West Ham United 3, Arsenal 3, and Tottenham Hotspur 2, Aston Villa 0. Nevertheless, this has been your Unbiased Premier League show, guys. Thank you all for watching, and as always, come on you Lily Whites!